Good afternoon, yogis. Welcome to Sunday Day Yoga. We're just going to do a practice that's going to incorporate actually a little bit of everything today. So come on and meet me at the mat. It'll be about a 20 to 30 minute session. We'll have some strengthening, some relaxation, just a chill, nice Sunday practice, but also focusing on some strengthening too. All right? Awesome. So just come to the mat. We're gonna start in a child's pose. So come on down, and you can do a wide-legged one if you want. That's what I love to do. So with your feet touching and your knees spread nice and wide, just fold over your knees and come on down. Arms can be reaching out in front of you. And if you have blocks and you can't quite touch the mat with your forehead, you can use a block under your forehead. Good, so just bend down. And we'll take a nice 5 long breaths here. Just getting settled on our mats. Breathe deep into your lower back. Nice deep breath into the shoulders. Breathing into your hips. One more breath. And then we'll just gently come on up. I'm just going to adjust the music level here for a minute. There we go. All right, now I don't have to yell. So come on up. And come over onto your bum with your legs out in front of you, feet touching the floor. We'll do some seated cat-cows. These are my favorite types of cat-cows. They're just so gentle. Take your hands, wrap them around your shins, and then on your in-breath, pushing your heart forward, gaze up. Good, and then on your exhale, coming back and rounding through the spine, tucking your tail. Good, and let's just do a few more of these on your own breath. Inhaling, you're pushing forward, opening up, and exhaling, rounding back. Just get into your own rhythm now. As we open up our spines and bring our heads and our hearts into our practice. Do 2 more of these. Opening and tucking. And when you're done that, you can put your hands behind you and do some windshield wipers with your knees, just letting your knees fall from one side to the other, releasing your back and your hips. Just feeling how good that feels. All right, good. Coming onto our knees, we'll do a little foot and toe stretch. So tucking your toes underneath you and then sitting back on your heels. You'll feel the stretch in your toes and then maybe through the balls and middle of your feet. And at the same time, let's inhale, arms come gentle side stretch to the left. Your left hand can touch down to the floor. Inhale, back up. And exhale, side stretch to the other side. Okay, let's do that a couple more times while we're stretching our toes and feet. I'll just come to face you here. Inhale, arms stretch up, and then exhale over to the left. Opening up that side body. And exhale to the other side, relaxing your shoulders. One more on each side, okay? You can look up, opening through your chest and your heart. Good. Come to center now. So just release your feet and give your toes a little massage on the floor. Let's come to all fours and going into a bit of a balance here. So hands will be below your shoulders, knees below your hips, and just feel grounded in this pose. Tucking your tail and just making sure your core is engaged for this one. Then you're going to take your left foot and your left leg and straighten it without compromising the position of your hips. Make sure your hips are facing down, hip bones are facing down. And if this feels okay to you, you can also reach your right hand forward. We're going to breathe here. Spine is strong and straight. Hips are facing down. 3 breaths here. Good. Your deep breaths will help you to balance. Core is engaged. This is an active pose. One more breath here. And bring down your hand and your leg. You'll just take a minute to recalibrate. So let's go to the other side. This time, your right leg comes back strong and straight, pushing your heel into the back wall. Hips are even. And then float your left arm up, reaching towards the front of the room with your left hand. And yearning towards the back of the room with your right heel. Core is engaged. Muscles along the spine are engaged. Neck is relaxed and neutral. 3 breaths here. Adjust your hips so that they're both facing down. 1 more breath. Good. And release. Excellent. Okay. Let's come on up to the top of our mats. We'll stand up now. Come to Tadasana at the top of your mat. Feet are grounding into the earth. Tails tucked slightly. Spine is long, straight. Shoulders back. Chest forward, heart forward. We're going to do a few half sun salutations just to warm up. Excuse me while I change the music. There we go. So with half sun salutes, we skip the chaturanga and downward dog. But it's still a really good way to get your breath linked to movement as well as warm up the body a little bit more. So let's inhale our arms up, reach up, and exhale, dive on forward. Halfway lift, pressing on your shins perhaps. And then forward fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. And hands to heart. 2 more of those at your own pace. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Flat, straight back. Folding forward again. And inhale, come on up. Hands to heart. Inhale again. Exhale, dive forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And in breath, come on up. Hands to heart. Good, and back in Tadasana. All right, let's get into some strengthening work now. So folding down for a ragdoll fold for a second. And then from here, place your hands on the mat and come on back to plank pose. Let's hold plank for a few breaths and just get situated here. Shoulders over wrists. Make sure hips and butt isn't sticking up or folding down, hanging down. Good. Shoulders are relaxed. And then one more breath here. Good. And we're going to go to side plank on the left side. So left hand and left side of our body is on the ground, reaching up with our right hand. One breath here. Good. Back to regular plank. And then into side plank on the other side. Good. Hips are strong and straight. Core is engaged. Shoulders are relaxed. Back into plank. The knees down. Puppy pose. So hands reach way out in front of you. And then just relaxing your head down. Letting your shoulders and back have a beautiful stretch. Releasing from that work we just did. Good. Now coming down onto your belly. We're going to do 3 small cobras, just little cobras here, just to get our spine nice and long and released. So you can put your hands on either side of you and just make tents with your fingertips. And on your inhale, come on up into baby cobra. On your exhale, lower. So we're going to do a wave here with the top half of our bodies. Inhale and exhale, lower. Good. Inhale and exhale, lower. Inhale. On your next exhale, join me in downward dog. Hands are firmly planted, pushing into the mat. Tail is floating up to the sky. Let's take 2 breaths here. One more breath. Good. And then just coming down onto your knees. This is a really easy way to get into the next pose. Bringing your left foot up to the top of your mat. Your right foot is behind you and at a 45-degree angle. We're going into Warrior 2. So after getting your legs situated, bring your arms into a T. And then gaze softly towards your left middle finger. Don't finger yourself though. All right. Inhale. And on your exhale, you can sink a bit lower. Glance at your left knee to make sure it's not coming to the inside, or rather pushing strongly out. Good. And then on the next inhale, let's go into Exalted Warrior. So right hand rests on your right back of your leg, while your left hand is yearning towards the back of the room. Good. Okay, you can come on out of that. We're just going to move to the other side to do just those two poses on the other side. So now switching for your right foot to face forward with your right knee bent. Back foot is at a little bit of, maybe a 30-degree angle actually. And then into Warrior Two on the other side. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your gaze is softly hovering over your right hand. Inhale and exhale, sink down into the pose even more. One more inhale. And exhale to the pose. And let's flip our warrior to Exalted Warrior. Right hand now is reaching back, opening up the side body. Inhale here. And exhale, coming back to center. Good. So bring your feet now parallel to each other and to the sides of the mat. We'll take a Prasarita. And let's do C. So clasping your hands behind your back. Inhale, puff your chest forward, out. And then on the exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands, your clasped hands down as far as you can go without crunching your neck. And just breathe here. Good. Coming on up. We're going to go into Half Moon. So pointing your left foot to the top of the mat. You might want to use a block or a water bottle, anything you can, just to balance your right hand when you come down. This is a pretty advanced, well, it's a challenging pose, so give yourself some grace. It's a balanced pose. So left toes are pointing forward, and you're going to slowly bring your left hand to the block. Okay, your right foot's still touching the ground. And then slowly, your gaze is down on the mat so far. Don't be looking all around the room, else you're not going to be able to maintain or even get your balance going. So gaze is down. Slowly, you're going to raise that right leg up, opening the hip to the side. And then if you have your balance there, you can open up your right hand. Shoulders should be stacked on each other. I'm not quite sure if that's exactly what mine looks like. I'm trying to get there. Oh, and if you come out, that's okay. You can go back in slowly, or you can have your hand on your waist and then just do the bottom part of the pose to start with. Opening your chest though, even in this variation. Okay, good. Bring your right leg down. Just come on up and give yourself a little bit of a shake. Shake it out. Maybe do a little dance. All right, let's go to the other side. I always need a block or you know, if you don't have blocks here, I'll show you how to use a water bottle for this. So water bottle can just be up at the top right-hand corner of your mat. Right toes are facing forward. So as you lean down, you're either touching the water bottle or a block, or you can touch the floor or the ground if you can make it there. And then the left leg comes on up. Hips are stacked. Left leg and right leg are super active. Shoulders are relaxed. And then if you want to add the arm to this, it is supposed to be stacked shoulder on top of shoulder, hip on top of hip. Hopefully my pose looks a little bit like that. And then again, so block's easier, but again, a variation can just be the bottom part of your body. My right side is actually a little harder. With your left hand just on your waist. And then the next step is to open up. Whew. All right, that's about it for me. All right, so that was our peak pose, or I guess our hardest pose, I should say. And let's go into some relaxing poses now. So first of all, actually I just want you to take a forward fold and just release any of the strain that just caused on your lower back. You can grab your elbows and just hang heavy in this pose. Angle your arms and your head. Come up vertebrae by vertebrae. Oh, good. Sorry, just turning down the music a bit for relaxation time. So you can come back down on the mat. And let's just stretch out. We did a little bit of work with our hips there in those standing poses. So let's do a hands come behind you, feet are on the ground in front of you, and that's just a variation of a pigeon or a hip stretch. So put your right ankle on your left knee or above your knee, and just feel that nice stretch in your right hip. Breathe into that. If you want more of a stretch, bring your body closer, like that. If you want less intense, bring your hands back. Good. And then just to get into the IT band a little bit more, bring your hands back a bit and just let that your whole leg situation there fall to the left. I don't know if anyone can feel that in their hip, but I certainly can, as well as my IT band. And if you can't feel it, again, move a bit closer. Good, and then come out of that when you're ready. Let's go and take a quick butterfly pose. So, soles of the feet together. I'll just face you guys. Soles of the feet together. Grab onto your feet. You can give the inner soles of your feet a little massage there. And just allowing your hips to relax for a second. The other side. So left ankle on right knee. And if you feel the stretch right away, that's great. Just breathe into it. If you don't, move your hands closer and bring your body in closer to each other. To each other. No, I don't know, that didn't make sense. So then, in order to do that, what we did on the other side, bring your hands back a little bit and let the whole leg ensemble fall to the right. Oh, yeah. And if you want to make this even more of a stretch, let's see. Actually, no, just keep it like that. Let's keep it there. There's another version lying down that you can do that can intensify the stretch. But we're not there yet. All right, good. Come on out of that. Let's do another butterfly pose. This is just such a nice, calming pose. Forward bending and letting your hips open. It's just so nice for the nervous system, for the forward bends to happen. You can make this a passive pose too. So just let your back round, let your head fall heavy. Maybe your chin is even touching your chest, feeling that nice stretch in the back. And in the hips. Breathe. Just letting go of all that work we just did. Good. And then coming back up. We'll do a couple back bends and then we'll close the practice. So come on down to your back. Feet flat on the floor. And we're going to do we're going to do bridge in more of a flowing motion today. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your hips. And then as you exhale, just bring them down, trying to touch one vertebrae of your spine to the floor at a time. We'll just do this a couple more times. Inhale, pushing up, opening the front of your body, and exhale, coming down. Inhale, and exhale, coming down. One more here. And exhale. We didn't do any twists, so let's do a supine twist as part of the closing off to our practice. So just release your legs for a minute, straight to the ground. Then take your right knee and hug it into your chest. And then you can just bring it over to the left as your right arm opens out to the right. Just a nice easy twist here. Breathing into the twist. I've got my left hand on my right knee, just gently pushing it down. Intensifying the twist there. And switching sides, nice and slowly. Both legs come down straight to the mat. And then pulling in your left knee to your chest. And bringing it over to the right. As your left arm reaches out to the left. And then inhale, your shoulder lifts up, and on an exhale, everything falls down and sinks into the floor. One more inhale here. and now you can straighten out your legs and come into Shavasana. Just letting everything go, letting the earth hold you, and letting your full body sink into the ground. Letting go of all that you just did, and letting your body absorb all the benefits of our practice. Just take a moment to let yourself relax, not thinking about what you just did or what you have to do. Just being perfectly in the moment. And if your mind wanders, just bring it back. That's what our minds do. They wander. All we can do is bring them back again and teach them. It's like any muscle, right? You're just practicing being in the moment. Taking in a nice deep breath. Coming back into the room, into your body. You can roll your head from side to side on the mat. Bring a little movement back. And make your way up to seated. Join me just for a moment. Thank you so much for being here. And just for giving yourself this time. Bring your hands to heart. Taking another moment just to feel into your body. And then bowing